Good morning, Savva Talk Spurs here. Good afternoon, even. God, it's 12:15. It's been a busy work morning. Good afternoon. How are we all? Savva from Savva Talk Spurs. Let me try that again. So, today's daily thought, further to conversations I had last night on the Spurs corner with Iggy and Stell from Tottenham away, and also with Henry Wright TV, and then with Will Stewart. One of the key things that keeps getting thrown at why we can't play better football, why we don't play more front foot attacking football, why we don't play more possession football, is this need for a technician, a playmaker, a ball-playing midfielder, whatever you want to call them. Obviously, they can all be all three or one of the three. Do we need one? Let's talk about it. So for years, Tottenham have had a player, a Moussa Dembele, a Luka Modric, a Michael Carrick, a Paul Gascoigne. You go through it. A Glenn Hoddle, someone in the middle of the park that can put their foot on the ball, dictate. Someone that can put their foot on the ball, spread it right, spread it left, play balls through the channel, play balls into the forwards, go and join in. Yeah, but more importantly, someone that can slow a game down or speed it up when needed. Because one of the key things at the moment for me when I watch Tottenham play is our midfielders have done well. I can't knock that. I think Bentancur and Højbjerg have been two of our most consistent, if I'm really honest. But it does feel a lot that it's like a hot potato in there. It feels like when we attack and when our midfielders get the ball, it's very much, right, what can I do now? Who can I give it to over there? And top clubs don't do that. Top clubs have a guy, a Thiago Alcantara, a Rodri, even to a lesser degree, a Declan Rice. Yeah? Even when you look at Arsenal, Partey's comfortable on the ball. Odegaard, get the ball, he'll slow it down. He can go either side. Do we need one? So that's my first question to you guys and girls. Do we need one? I would very much say yes. I would say that we probably need two. I think we need one central midfielder that can go in and be more of the Carrick type. And then I think we need more of a midfielder that pushes forward. And I'm not saying they have to be a great goal scorer, but someone that can at least help chip in and create. A James Maddison type, a Deco, an Isco, a Ballack. You know the type of football I'm talking about. A Van der Vaart, Lampard, Dele Alli in his prime. These sorts of players that can go forward, link up the play, and are happy to take the ball in dangerous areas and create. I feel like we really, really need this. Now, my second question to you is the lack of one of these players enough reason as to why we don't have a lot of possession? Now, I'm not knocking it here. Conte teams don't often have too much possession. So do you think this is by design? Do you think this is by default? Do you think that once we get one or two of those players in, the football will improve and we'll actually start to have a lot more possession in games? Or do you think Conte likes it this way? Do you think even when we get a player like that, if we do, that it will just be very quick transitional play to the forwards and it will be more based on the wing backs? It's a really interesting discussion point because there's no right or wrong for what anyone says here because it hasn't happened yet. We don't know. We simply don't know until he has those players to pick from. But one of the things that I was trying to say this to Stell yesterday. Sorry, this isn't about Stell, but Stell and I were having a chat. One of the key things for me is if indeed that is the type of player that Conte needs to make this formation better, one of the questions I would put out to you is, why have we not done that yet? Under Conte, Paratici and Conte and Levy, whoever's doing the signings these days, you never know at Tottenham, have signed 10 players. If you count, I'll say 9 because I'm not really going to count Shakespeare or Lancashire or can't remember his name. But we signed 9 to 10 players and not one of them has been in that ilk. Not one of them has been a creative force. Not one of them has been a player that puts his foot on the ball. If you look at the players we've brought in, very much Kulusevski and Perisic as flying wingers, stroke wing backs. Richarlison as a centre forward. Basuma as a box-to-box midfielder. Longley, right? Bentancur, good midfielder, but he's not that guy. I think he's a good midfielder, but he's just not that guy. Jed Spence is another one. So when I look at all these signings that we've made, if he does indeed need one, which I think he does, if he does indeed want one, what do you reckon the reason is that we haven't gone and done that? Is it because those players cost money? Is it because we're not prepared to shell out for the players? You tell me. I've got my theories. You all know my theories. I can't stand the owners. I think we're tight. I don't think we will. But there's that little bit of me that thinks, does Conte want this? I think what we can see is in transition as well, we're very predictable when our midfielders get the ball. None of them get the ball, look up, and their first thought is to go forward. First thought is to ping a ball in and then go and join the play. What they used to call the wall pass. Remember when I did my coaching badges, it was, can we get the wall pass and go and get the ball again? So does he want one? What do you reckon? Does he want two? Does he want more? What do we think? I'm so intrigued at Tottenham as to what the plan is. We've talked a lot about the plan. And again, we're a very divided fan base. We always have been, but we are as much as ever now, because you've got lots of people, let's say 50% of people are sitting there like me going, what's the plan? Why was so-and-so bought? What was the ethos moving forward for the next few years? If there was an ethos, why was it Longley on loan? Why was it Perisic at 33? Why was it a striker that isn't as good as the three we've already got? Yada, yada, yada. Then you've got the other 50% who are like building foundations and putting it in place for the next few years. Spence's for the next few years. The Doji's for the next few years. Right? So Romero is, Benton got, so there's two different sides and two ways to flip a coin, right? So at the end of the day, it's a very interesting argument. So what do you guys and girls think? If you do want a creative force, a playmaker, a ball-playing midfielder, who do you want? Milenkovic-Savic? Lots of talk about him going to Liverpool. I'll be absolutely devastated if he goes to Liverpool. As Stell said last night, he feels that he might be the sort of player that Arsenal go for if they make Champions League. We didn't want Eriksen, apparently. Again, you hear different things. We were offered Eriksen. Apparently, we said no because of the wages. Apparently, Conte didn't want him. Very interesting, because the way I watch him at Man United, he's playing in a 2 in midfield at times and looks very good, gets on the ball. He's all over the pitch. His work rate is phenomenal, picks up the ball, and his first thought, where can I go forward? How can I spread the play? So we didn't get him. Maddison, again, rumours. It's all rumours. Before anyone shouts at me, just rumours. We're football fans. We can only go by rumours. Rumours that he turned down James Maddison. Well, did he? If he did, isn't that mad? People say he doesn't fit into this formation, but I don't understand. If people want better football, if people want the ball to be moved and passed and possession, you get in players like that can create, that can take the ball into tight angles. So it's a really interesting point for me here. I get it both ways. I do. If a manager doesn't want those players, nothing you can do. As a fan, I can sit here and say, we've got to buy that, we've got to buy this. If the manager doesn't want them, I get it. Nothing we can do. But from a fan that wants to see good football, I realise that that's what you need. That's what you've got to get in. So I'm really interested to hear everybody's thoughts. The last thing I would say is if you do get a chance, put a video on this morning as a snapshot from last night's Spurs corner with Stell, Henry, Will and myself discussing and debating and arguing Harry Kane's score out of 10 for the beginning of this season. And again, this is the beauty of football. And before people in the chat always say Will and I hate each other, we don't. We get on really well. It's just we disagree when it comes to certain things. It was interesting that Henry and I were coming from the point of view of he's a striker. He scored 8 goals in 9 games. Phenomenal record. And it's only because Haaland is a robot, right, that no one's talking about what an amazing start to the season Kane's had. From their point of view, it was, well, he's missed a lot of chances. If he had scored goals in other games, we wouldn't have lost them. His football hasn't been great. So it's a really interesting debate. What do you think? I gave him an 8.5 purely because 8 goals in 9 games is phenomenal. And I don't think, other than Haaland, maybe I want to say Lewandowski. I can't think of anyone else across Europe, Neymar maybe, that has got those numbers. So this would be interesting. Put it in the chat. What do you think? I just want to say a massive thank you as well. I mean, we've had some great success on this channel lately. We've only been going for, I think, 6 months now. And we're nearly at 2,500 subscribers. We've got lots more content to come. We've got lots more ideas. I'm going to start putting clips out every day as well from the live shows, just to create debates. People can see what the highlights were if you didn't watch the full show. So people can give their examples, just 1 to 2 minute clips. Listen, thank you very much for the support. We might row, we might debate, we might disagree. There's loads of people who keep coming back that we disagree with, but at the end of the day, we're all Tottenham Hotspur fans and we all want success. We've just got different ideas of how we get there. So thank you very much for your time. I will be live in 5 hours with Tapping Tobes, as we'll be doing a quarter season review. And then at 6:30, I will be live with Rants and Bants, which is always good fun. So thank you. Please like, please subscribe. If anyone's got any ideas as well as what they would like to see from me as a YouTuber and a content creator, you guys watch it. You tell me. We can do it. If anyone wants to come on and do videos with me, come on. You know, give me the ideas that you want to see. I've got my ideas and I'm implementing them. You tell me. As always, much love. Come on, you Spurs. And Daniel Levy and Enoch, get out of my football club. See you later.